Welcome back to Winning on Taxes. So today we're going to really take a deeper dive into a topic we covered the other day about getting some hold time, but in particular talking about the hardship status and what that means with the IRS and different state agencies. So when you go and you ask for the IRS for hold time, and also the states, it's the same thing. I need to get my tax return done. I need to get my financials together. You want me to get my pay stubs, bank statements? Okay, give me a few weeks. Maybe might need a month to get my tax returns prepared. They will give you time if you ask for it to get what you need so that you can comply and get on the right track. It is very important to use that time wisely. Don't waste their time. And it really is your time that you're wasting. It kills me. There's plenty of other firms out there that they'll go in and they'll get as much time as possible. Hey, look, we held the IRS at bay for 4 months. And then they burned up that time for their client, didn't teach them what they needed to do, didn't show them what they needed to do. And then all of a sudden, when they need a break, when they need some breathing time down the road, their time's used up. So another typical thing that some other firms will do is do what's called a CDP hearing. They'll throw in for extra hearings to buy time and extend things out, and all it does is upset the IRS, tick them off. So when your case comes back, especially if you have a revenue officer, it usually just makes them that much ready to come after you when it comes back. And again, it's a strategy that can be used. Have I ever used it? Yes. But I've used it when we just needed more time and I knew my client was going to get on the ball, get things taken care of, and we just needed that extra time to get things together. So I don't recommend filing frivolous requests for due process hearings or collection hearings requests. Do it when you have a real issue. Use your time wisely, because if you just go in and ask for a hold time and you don't use that time to get ready, when you actually need it, you might not have it. And so that's why it's very important to use this time wisely. Now, a hardship status has a different connotation than, hey, we're just putting you on hold for you to get bank statements or pay stubs, or you need to file some tax returns. We'll give you a month or two to get those done. A hardship status is a resolution, albeit short term, for your case. So it stops all collection actions. It gives you a period of time that you don't have to worry about bank levies, wage garnishments. You don't have to produce any income. You can go out and find a new job. If you're unemployed or if you've been sick, you can get on your feet. And it even gives you some time period to get back on your feet. And you can always make voluntary payments. But for example, with the IRS, if you get on a 2-year hardship and a year into it, you start making good money, your bills are usually backed up. Rent, mortgage, car notes, credit card debts, you usually have a pile of bills that need to be dealt with. And so the IRS, this 2 years of hardship, allows you to get your head above water and then turn and deal with your tax debt. Now, it can be used strategically to get you some breathing time while things are changing, or you can plan for a hardship status knowing that you're going to retire. And I've had people on payment plans and they said, look, I'm going to retire, my income's going down. Would a hardship status be a good idea for me? It's perfect time to look at it and say, hey, I'm stepping back, my income's going down, let's review this. You don't have to be flat broke to qualify for a hardship either. You just have to have enough allowable expenses to offset it. So if you're living in a high income area, I've seen people with $6,000 to $10,000 a month in income still qualify for a hardship status. You have a large family, you're paying child support, alimony, you have a high mortgage or rental cost where you're living. $10,000 in certain places of the country doesn't go very far at all. Or you could be living in middle of the road country and just have a lot of expenses, student loans, business loans. If there's a lot going on and you just don't have the cash after all of your allowable expenses, you can still qualify for a hardship status and get that breathing time. So here's an interesting thing, that it's not just when you lose your job, but especially right now, we have all kinds of government employees that are facing layoffs. They're facing termination notices, which is really scary. But it's for all kinds of other things that happen as well. If your business fails, if you are in between jobs, if you have to go back to school for training, great time to get into a hardship status and let that help you. When we come back, we're going to continue talking about and really answer the questions: is can you have any assets and still qualify for the hardship plan? And we're going to get to that right after this commercial break.